So you really think that Leo Stark, or whatever his name is, could be your son?
It's possible.
Well, if that's true, this is the second son you didn't know about.
Don't remind me.
Nobody sat you down and told you how not to get a woman pregnant?
Apparently not.
So how do you know this kid's your son?
I don't. But I'm telling you, if it turns out a son of mine has caused all this misery for Sonny and Will, it's going to be a catastrophe, not just for me. Talking about for Doc, too.
Okay, how many kids has John fathered, Drake? What is going on? There's kids all over the place.
Boy, I tell you, I don't know, but I had fun practicing making them.
How is working with...
It's been a great show,
It's a great show. How's working with Greg Rickard?
So much fun.
Did you have fun?
So much fun, yeah. You're very invested in his character. You know, everybody has a different way to work. You know, and it's so nice to be able to work with someone who explores. What I mean by that is he might try something in rehearsal or try something as we're running lines, and then he'll come out there and he might try something for the camera like that, and then realize, I want to make a little bit of a transition here, which is fun to watch, you know, and you see the gears just kind of cranking in his eyes as he's processing, which is really nice to watch. It makes me even more still, and I let him do the work. And I'll just look at him and I'll just say, to see him process, and I don't want to give away anything that I'm feeling or I'm suspecting. And it was, you know, I figured the less questions I ask or the less questions I answer and the more questions I ask, the more information I'll get and start putting this together.
So Josh Taylor and you are now playing Roman and John.
Right. Yeah.
Does it ever get kind of ridiculous because you were Roman but then the relationship that the characters have?
I think John might have probably been using, you know, his partner in Black Patch, you know, to be going through this, and now it's Roman and John, which is interesting dynamics. And Roman's an interesting sounding board, and he's the, you know, he's the director looking in from the outside, looking in on the situation, and he knows Marlena better than anybody.
Yeah, I always thought Roman was like too stand-up of a guy with the whole that, you know, John really did take his woman.
Yeah, I could do,
you know. Who could?
I'd go down fighting and scream and crying like
not pretty. Would not be pretty. All right. Here's your can't miss clip for the week of February 11th. With the cabin ablaze again and Sierra tied up inside, Ben escapes prison to rescue her. Chad is on the warpath to find Charlotte and intercepts Ben. He explains Jordan has Sierra and Chad's baby. They arrive at the cabin just in time to save Sierra, but Charlotte isn't there. I have a question for you.
What's that?
What do you think about, because you're part of a super couple on Daytime, and now Ben and Sierra are becoming this popular young super couple on the show. He's a serial killer who's fallen in love with Hope's daughter. And he's kind of, they're trying to reform him. What do you think of that, and kind of what advice would you give to like young actors in a super couple? I
don't think I need to give them any advice because they have it. Simple as that. You can't, well, I don't know. I know I'm going to contradict myself. I do believe you can create chemistry. I do believe that over the years I've been fortunate enough to work with a lot of fabulous actresses where you find, I always thought they were like a snowflake. Each one is different. No two snowflakes are alike, and find something that you just totally fall in love with. And you just, if you're lucky enough, like this couple, they listen to each other, they look dynamic on screen. They complete each other's sentence and fall into each other. She's soft, she's vulnerable. There are certain things in Daytime, and I'm just saying from a man's perspective, to have that person that is very free with their instrument and very much a woman and soft and wants to be loved and protected. And it's easy for a man to play into that, you know, and that's what has happened here. So that's catching lightning in a bottle.
Yep.
You know, and
kudos to them. Drake, thank you so much for being on the show today. This was such a treat. The fans are going to love this. Thank you.
I just want to say thanks to the fans. You know, the bottom line is I wouldn't be here behind the mic. You wouldn't be there if it weren't for the audience that has been so loyal and supportive of the show Days of Our Lives.
And make sure to watch Drake in upcoming episodes.